Capricorn, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will focus on the events coming up for you in the near future. All right, let's start with your main energy. Okay, so the first message for you today is hold your vision. Right here, I see you coming from a situation that created some sort of back and forth within you. You felt the need here to take a risk, to believe in something or someone, and to fight for an outcome, even when your intuition was telling you that nothing perhaps might have come out of that situation. But here, I see you wanting to take a different path, wanting to follow a different strategy, something that clearly took you out of your comfort zone, and now perhaps it left you wondering if that was the best choice for you. We'll see what this is going to be about. Let's start with your reading. Okay. Wow, Capricorn. This is definitely very heavy energy, important. But it's something that you need to know, because I believe that this information right here, it's going to change your perspective on the situation completely. First of all, we see this lovers right here, the Two of Cups. Obviously, what we can see right away is the type of bond that was formed in between you and this person. Sometimes it's hard to explain how quick something like this can happen. And it doesn't make sense, but it does happen. And you can't help but going with the flow sometimes. And we see right here, in fact, your need to do something different, to not perhaps think too much about what you're doing, and instead just follow your gut instinct, even if perhaps the outcome is not going to be what you wanted it to be. At that moment, it didn't really matter. And so right here, what I see is that you might not be aware of it, but every choice you made, every word you said in this situation was actually driven by a specific need that came from you. And we'll look into what this was. But for now, what I see is just two people who, regardless of everything, are still thinking about each other and are still deeply impacted by the power of this connection, which is still reverberating inside of you and this person. With this energy here, there is a growing need to get together, to talk. Someone wants to hold your hands again, but neither of you perhaps think that right now this is the best thing to do, at least right now. You're definitely coming from a time of confusion and distance, but there is something here, a specific event, big or small, does not matter, which is kickstarting a domino effect, and it's making everything happen. Not right now, but soon, in the near future. It might feel like that event is way too small. We see it right here with the Page of Swords. Too small to do anything, but you'll see the repercussions of it very soon. Even if now nothing is happening, this is just the calm before the storm, the anticipation for everything that is going to come towards you soon. Very much just like the ocean waves, when the tide goes out before the big wave comes in. It's important in the meantime to define what your expectations are, what your overall vision is. Because you remember, we've seen that back and forth within you, right? And I still pick up on some sort of conflict, internal conflict right here. Something that you are thinking about. And what you're thinking about here might be, should I want this? Should I even be thinking about this? Should I be here watching this video right now? It feels as if this is something that takes you out from your usual element, which is always very stable, very focused on work, on your future. And this is instead something that brings instability. You are great at find balance within you, in your life. You are successful at that. You know that you are. But when it comes to this element right here, all of a sudden you start detaching from your usual self. And what's interesting, what I see here, is that perhaps this is exactly what you wanted. Look at this. We have this Eight of Pentacles reversed, which definitely talks about working your butt off. And here, another 8. It's opposite actually, because this is all about passion. It's all about how it feels and not anymore about what makes sense. Right here, you might have followed a need, as we were saying earlier, an impulse to get out of your comfort zone and to do something which represented a risk, yes, but at that time, it made you feel extremely good. And for once in your life, you just thought, you know what? I'm tired of always focusing on the distant future, working now to see the results at some point in the next few years. I want to feel good right now. I want to have something to be excited about in the present without always having to postpone fulfillment. And you know, as Capricorns, we are great at creating plans and seeing ourselves successful and happy in the future. But sometimes we do reach that breaking point where we start thinking, when am I going to start living my life? And this person for you represented a way out. And it's very important to know that, because right here, you might have jumped into this quicker than you usually do. You might have trusted this person more than you usually do. And you might have fallen in love, quick, moved very fast. But then things might have started to change and you slowly started becoming someone else. Maybe you came out of an impulse and now you might be wondering, why did I jump into that situation so quickly? What was that about? And keep in mind, Capricorn, that nothing is random, and eventually you'll find out how that impulse has changed the very direction of your own personal journey. But one thing that I can tell you right away is that the way you feel for this person might have been manipulated by the situation that you find yourself in. You are coming, as we were saying, from a time of overworking yourself, taking care of everything, taking care of everyone. And you got to a point where you just needed human interaction, right? Focus on how the body feels instead of focusing on the mind and what you have to do. You feel that this person might be very special, very unique. We share such a beautiful connection. I am never going to find something like that ever again. That intense bond that we see here, it's hard to replace, right? But is that the case? Is this really an intense bond? It could be, but it's always important to understand your current state of mind and understand the context in which you fell in love, because often it reveals a different story. And the truth might be here that this person, as we were saying, represented your way out from that Eight of Pentacles. They were in the right place at the right time, and that is called proximity infatuation. And it might come as a surprise because you have very strong feelings for this person. And even if it doesn't make the attraction go away, it puts things in perspective. And the truth is that if at the end of the day, this person makes you jealous, suspicious, and not happy, you need to realize that nothing really keeps you together other than your thought that this person might be the one and only. If they don't make you happy, it's best to walk away, Capricorn, even if it hurts. Not because this relationship, this connection will never have a positive outcome, but because maybe in order to have a positive outcome, right now you need to walk away from it. So as you see, understanding the context will always set you free. And changing your approach, this is definitely changing your approach. And this person is watching with the Page of Swords right there. They will pick up on your shift almost right away. So what we see next, Page of Wands, the Tower. I mean, this is definitely strong energy. Speaking of wake up calls, the Tower, as you know, talks about awakenings. And we see how this person will have to face the truth. But to be honest, the Tower is impacting the both of you, although it is doing so in different ways. You are breaking free from a situation, moving towards the star, which comes after the Tower, liking yourself again, purifying yourself from a toxic situation, from a false belief, and also wondering to yourself, why do I give myself to someone who doesn't give themselves to me? And so now you have clarity. You're ready to detach. Your identity and beliefs change. You realize that sometimes we are too quick in seeing something in the other person that we need to see at that time, but that maybe isn't really there. And this internal realization will truly catch you by surprise. I feel that just one night, laying in bed, suddenly realizing, holy crap, I'm allowing this to happen. And you know what? I'm not going to anymore. The negative things in life are only as permanent as you allow them to be. And so right here, you're deciding that enough of that, time to focus on my needs, regardless of how this feels. This person is definitely in for some sort of rude awakening from what I see right here. At first, though, they're still playing games. On the surface, not much has changed, but underneath the surface, this is where things get interesting. Because I do see here someone who feels lost without you, Capricorn. And they did not anticipate this. They're trying to appear confident, unapologetic. I haven't done anything wrong, I'm perfect. But deep down, they know that they're the ones who are losing a great partner here. They might be dishonest about their intentions, saying, I just wanted to have fun anyway. I didn't want a relationship, but it's not true. Now they are realizing, this emperor is realizing that they can't control you. And they thought that they were. And maybe for a little while they did control you. Now, with this Ace of Cups, it looks like love is coming your way after all. A new, very romantic chapter. Is it still going to be with this person but different energy perhaps? Or is this someone new? I believe that this Ace of Cups holds the information we were looking for earlier when we were talking about what is the role that this person has played on your journey. How have they changed your trajectory from the moment that they came into your life? And what's next for you, Capricorn, after this frustrating chapter ends? So let's start clarifying these messages in order to understand what is about to come your way in the near future. Will this person try to reach out after they have this realization, or will they lose themselves in their own pride? I don't think that you have seen the last of them, but we'll have to clarify. And last but not least, what is this new emotional beginning with the Ace of Cups? Let's look into how your journey is about to evolve in the near future and in the next 12 months. All right, Capricorn, if you want to dive deeper into the messages and follow the evolution of the situation, just follow me in the extended video link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Capricorn. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the future situation is the Nine of Wands. And honestly, this is already telling us that this person is about to come back. Because what I see right here right away is that, in fact, the Chariot right here coming full speed towards you. And what we see right here is that you're ready for them. Right here, you have maybe your guard up a little bit, but most of all, what you have here is your boundaries, is your rules that cannot be crossed and cannot be broken. And that is why This anticipation moment is so important for you. Before this wave actually comes in, what you need to do is building those boundaries. Because let's make one thing clear. If this person comes back in, that doesn't have to be bad news, but you need to be ready to not be too open to anything that this person wants to do or wants to bring into your life. This is your time to demand things. This is your time to really say, you know what? If we're going to do this, we're going to do it this way and this way. So let's see. Let's look into what this energy is going to be. Let's clarify this Chariot energy together with the Page of Wands. And let's see what this person is planning to do in the near future. Oh my God, Chariot coming up once again. Oh, so that Two of Cups that we were talking about at first is going to happen after all. What we were saying here is